And a very good Tuesday morning to you, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, a special edition of the Joe Benigno Ode of Pain podcast. It is Tuesday. It is September 10th. It's 2024. The Joe Benigno Ode of Pain podcast brought to you by the Hackensack Brewing Company, by Anita Discount Tire, by DraftKings, by Manscaped, and by cardwinners.net. All right, special edition coming off last night's absolutely disgraceful performance by the New York Jets as they lose 32-19 to the San Francisco 49ers out in Santa Clara. I understand that this is only game one. I mean, I don't want to go too crazy with this game. It is only the first game of the year. It is against a team that lost in the Super Bowl last year, one of the premier teams in the National Football League in the San Francisco 49ers. But this was a terrible performance by the New York Jets. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. You find out minutes or maybe an hour or so before the game that Christian McCaffrey's not even playing for the 49ers, yet they got absolutely annihilated defensively. Annihilated. This guy Mason ran for like 170 yards. What a joke. And the tone for this game started right away. Immediately. First drive of the game, 3rd and 5. Aaron Rodgers hits Alan Lazard for an easy first down pitch and catch, and he drops the ball. And that really set the tone for the whole game. Jets had the ball back again after they stop him early on downs. Breece Hall on a little flip pass from Rodgers fumbles the football. San Francisco recovers. San Francisco recovers, and field goal makes it 3-0, the first of 6 field goals by the 49ers kicker Moody, who had, he was money all night long. That made it 3-0, and then the Jets got the ball back, and they had, the kind of drive that we have not seen in years, as they went right down the field, 70 yards. Rodgers hitting 3 big third down conversions to Garrett Wilson, all 3rd and long, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Eventually, they'd go right down the field. Breece Hall takes it in for the touchdown from about 3 yards out. And you're saying, oh, my God. The Jets are up 7-3. And you're saying, oh, my God, look at when's the last time we've seen a drive like this? How far, what maybe Chad Pennington, Vinny Testaverde? The early day, the first couple years of Rex with Mark Sanchez. I mean, when Fitzpatrick had that big year I don't even remember the year it was now. What year did we have the big year? I'm losing my 2015. I mean, come on. That drive was unbelievable. And then the Niner offense took over. And I've said this before, okay? And I'm going to say it again. This defense is nowhere near as good as it's cracked up to be. It's overrated. I said this coming into the year. They never force turnovers. Certainly didn't force any last night. Never. They don't get to the quarterback, and they certainly didn't get to Brock Purdy in this game last night. They might have sacked him once, maybe twice, meaningless sacks. And you watch their run defense get absolutely gouged by the Niners. This guy Mason, it wasn't even McCaffrey. Monster holes, running over people, missed tackles. The Niners basically had the football all night long. I mean, I don't know what the final number was. I saw at one point where the Niners had the ball for 35 minutes and the Jets had it for 15. And really, that about sums it up. But mistake after mistake after mistake, it just makes you crazy. Rodgers did throw an interception. He tried to force one into Garrett Wilson. He had a little pressure. The ball got bounced up in the air and picked off. That was the one interception that he threw in this game last night. How about the sequence? And I'll get back to the defense, which just was horrible. I mean, and as I said, it's overrated. Let's be honest about it. This defense is nowhere near as good as it's cracked up to be. Not even close. I mean, seriously, where was anybody outside of Quincy Williams, who I thought played a decent game? He made some plays, broke up a pass. He did a couple things. Outside of him, did anybody else show up on this defense last night? Anybody? They got trampled. Jermaine Johnson had a wonderful penalty after the Jets looked like they were actually off the field, and but of course he got an illegal hands to the face penalty. Why not? It was brutal. It was brutal. This defense, they talk how great they are. This is not the 85 Bears. This is not the 86 New York Football Giants. It's not the 2000 Ravens or the 02 Tampa Bay Bucks. This defense right now isn't even the 2009 Jets. Let's be real about it. It's not. They got trampled last night. Trampled. You got to be concerned about that. Now, I understand the Niners are, like I said, I mean, this is one of the premier teams in the NFL. Kyle Shanahan was basically laughing. By the way, there's no truth to the rumor that after the game, Shanahan went up to Sal and said, Robert, don't worry. When they fire you at the end of the year, I got a job for you as my defensive coordinator again. I don't know if that was said by Shanahan. Maybe it was. It wouldn't surprise me. But, what a disgrace. I mean, how many times, Jet fans, have we seen this game? The same game over and over again. Drop pass, fumble, interception, bad penalty. The defense absolutely shit in the bed, right? How many goddamn times have we seen it? And again, it's only week one. I don't want to overreact too much. I mean, I thought they'd play a good game last night. I didn't necessarily expect them to win. I really didn't. But, I mean, this is disheartening when you lose. Like, they got beat down. They got their ass handed to them by a far better team, let's be honest. Far better. Yeah, and Rodgers looked good. I mean, as far as Rodgers go, I thought he looked fine. He threw the ball fine when he had time to throw. He made some great passes. I mentioned that drive when he hit Garrett Wilson 3 times for first downs. He made a real nice touchdown pass to Lazard when he had the free play with the Niners clearly offside. Hit him for about a 30, 35-yard touchdown pass. Put it right on the numbers. So I thought overall Rodgers played okay. That's the one thing I think you take away from this game. If you're a Jet fan, hey, you know what? Rodgers looked pretty good. I think you say that. That's probably the positive as far as, what we saw last night. No question about that. But outside of that, how about the one sequence? And this made me crazy. And it was still a game. I guess it was 26-13. I forget what it was, either late third quarter, maybe early fourth, as I have my morning coffee here. Good to the last drop. They get a first down run of like 9 yards by Breece Hall. I forget if it was a run or it was a pass out of the backfield, whatever. He gets like 9 yards on first down. It looked like it could have been a first down. But they say no, he was short by a half a yard. If he had the ball in the other hand, he would have got the first down. Whatever. 2nd and 1. Rodgers hits Garrett Wilson on a crossing pattern. Looks like a first down, right? Easy first down. But they have this, what do they call this now? This mini review that they do, right? They're up there watching every move you make. And they say, wait a minute, incomplete pass. I mean, what do you mean an incomplete pass? Well, they show the replay, and somehow, some way, Garrett Wilson, who had all kinds of room, doesn't get the second foot down properly. He has his toe on the line, incomplete pass. What? How do you do that? This guy's supposed to be one of the premier receivers in the NFL. How do you not make sure that your foot is inbounds? He wasn't even close to the sideline when he caught the ball. How do you do that? So it's incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 1. So they give the ball to Breece Hall. Of course, he gets stopped, right? Now it's 4th and 1, and Rodgers throws a pass over the middle of Garrett Wilson. He kind of throws it behind him a little bit. The ball gets knocked away, and the Jets give it up on downs. I mean, come on. I mean, how many times have we seen this crap over the years? Over and over and over and over again. How many times have we seen the Jets get a 2nd and 1, get 8 or 9 yards on first down, and not get the first down? Right? How many times? We've seen it a million times. Just terrible. There's nothing else to say. Just terrible. Salah got out-coached by Shanahan. It was not even pretty. I mean, he got taken to the woodshed as far as that goes. But, I don't know what else to say today. I said this before the season started. Everybody's, oh, you excited? I got a call from Evan yesterday. Oh, you excited about the season? Joey Lazowski's calling me. Oh, I'm pumped up. Oh, I can't wait. Ira's in San Francisco. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about going out there. What for this disaster. But anyway, he's in San Francisco. He's all pumped up, right? Going right on down the line. Oh, you ready for the season? This is our year. All these guys who were not Jet fans. I love this too from the non-Jet fan world. Oh, your team looks great. Oh, look at this team. This is a Super Bowl team. Oh, this, that, who, ha. And I'm going to everybody, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe this team is a Super Bowl caliber team. I'll believe this team is going to win the division, which should be winnable. By the way, everybody in the division won except the Jets this weekend. What a shock. Even the freaking Patriots won, okay? Even them. And you tell me who's got the better defense. New England knows how to take the ball away. That's an opportunistic defense they have there with the Patriots. They don't even have Belichick anymore, but they have an opportunistic defense. They take the ball away constantly. The Jets never force turnovers. Never did they force a turnover, right? And I said this defense has to be, for them to get to the next level, as far as what I consider a championship caliber defense, which they are not at this point, all right, and haven't been as far as I'm concerned, right? You have to wreck games. You have to force turnovers. You have to get to the quarterback. God knows they didn't do that last night. Well, they did wreck the game, except they wrecked the game for themselves. That's what they wrecked the game for, because the defense sucked last night. And I'll say it again, they're over-freaking-rated, okay? Overrated. I'm not even that worried about the offense. They made mistakes, but they're going to be all right, because like I said, Rodgers looked good as long as he stays healthy. Tyrod Taylor looked good, too, in extended garbage time as he hit Lazard for a touchdown late in the game. Not that it mattered. But, I mean, what else can you say? Dumb mistakes, terrible defense, coaching not great. Did they look like they were ready to play football? The defense sure as hell didn't look like they were ready to play football. And then you say, well, what about Hassan Reddick? Maybe if they get Hassan Reddick back, that'll change it. They'll start getting to the quarterback. You know what's going to happen. They're going to sign this guy who they should have never made this trade for. They should have re-signed Bryce Huff, but, the Jets always, one of the reasons they haven't been to a Super Bowl in 56 years is just the brilliant management of this organization. But with that said, right, they're going to eventually acquiesce to this guy, Reddick. Well, don't be surprised if it happens this week. I think he's already $2 million in arrears on fines. You can't make it up. And I think it's even more. I think it's $800,000 if you miss a game. $800,000 for not playing. So I got to feel he's going to sign, right? And then you know what's going to happen? Reddick is going to sign. Everybody, Reddick signs. Oh, hey. And what's going to happen? 2 weeks into it, he'll tear his hamstring or something like that, and he'll be done for the year, right? Would you be shocked? No, of course. There's really nothing else to say. You're a Jet fan today. You're disgusted. And I'm going to tell all my Jet fan brethren, wake up and smell the goddamn coffee, okay? Until this team gets it done, why should we believe at all that they will? I really, why should I? Why should I believe it? As I watch the Niners gouge for another 15 yards with a run by this guy Mason. It wasn't even McCaffrey. Or maybe it was the other guy. What's his name? Debo running over people. Samuel. Oh, God. Just brutal. But getting back to it. So everybody in the division wins except the Jets. The Jets, as you look at the standings this morning, it's only game one, are right where they normally are, last place in the AFC East. I mean, you know what? What else can I say? There's really nothing else left to say. I mean, you look at the schedule coming up, they go to Nashville this week to play the Titans. I mean, a game they should win. I saw early that they're a favorite in this game already. I don't know how I feel about that. Then they come home and play New England on that Thursday night, the home opener, right? Then they play a not very good Denver Bronco team in week 4 at home. Game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Come on, a Jet game at 1 in the afternoon at home? What's that about? And then they go to London because we got to go play in London. Roger, thank you. At least Roger didn't make us go to like Beijing for this game, But anyway, so then they go to London to play the Vikings, who look pretty damn good behind Sam Darnold against the crummy Giants on Sunday. Yeah, they got to me, they need to be like 3-1, 4-1 now. They need to win their next 3 or 4 games. Let's go. Let's go. Because if they don't, the panic is going to start settling in. I'm telling you, the panic is going to settle. I don't want to panic yet. I don't want to panic yet because it's one game. And really, you can't put a ton of stock in the opening weekend in the NFL because it's just extended exhibition football, really. That's really what it is. Nobody played in preseason. But, I mean, that was a disgrace last night. I mean, Will McDonald, where was he last night? Where was Jermaine Johnson, except when he had that hands-to-the-face penalty? Where was Quinnen Williams? Where was these guys on the defensive line? This guy Kinlaw. Was it Kinlaw? Oh, no, I think it was Solomon Thomas who had Brock Purdy in his grasp, right, for a sack. And he lets him go, and Purdy hits one of those guys for a first down. Kittle, somebody. And these guys were open all over the place, too. I mean, Purdy had days to throw the ball, and then you look at it in the secondary, Samuel is wide open. Oh, Jennings is wide open. Oh, Kittle is wide open. I mean, come on. How much more of this crap do we have to watch? It's the same garbage that we see over and over and over again. And again, it's only game one. I'm trying not to overreact, but really, Jet fans, are you really surprised at the effort that you saw last night? Are you really surprised by it? Because I tell you, you shouldn't be. You really shouldn't be. And that defense, man, this defense has a long way to go before they're going to be the kind of defense that their reputation says they are. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, if you want to take a positive from the game last night, the positive is that Rodgers looked pretty good. That I would say. He looked good. He threw the ball well. He had that one drive, which was just, textbook, drive by the Rodgers team when he was with Green Bay. And hopefully we're going to see more of that. And we'll flush this game down the toilet and hope it's going to get better. But this was a absolutely horrific performance last night by the Jets and a horrific performance by the defense. There's really no other way to say it. Let me get the sponsors in here. Probably going to be a little shorter today than normally. I'll be on with Jake Asman later on, about 10 o'clock this morning. I'll be on at 4 o'clock, by the way, with Evan and Tiki on the fan. So you want to check that out today. But let me get the sponsors in here real quick. We'll start with the Hackensack Brewing Company. Don't forget, coming up 2 weeks from, actually, I guess it's a week from Friday, right? Is it 2 weeks from Friday? Week from Friday. Yeah, it's a week from Friday. That's amazingly already. Today's Tuesday, a week from Friday. The 20th will be the next live podcast at the Hackensack Brewing Company. The aforementioned Jake Asman will be with us. He'll be the special guest that night. Remember, it'll be the Friday night after the game against New England, so that should be an interesting show. And we better be 2-1 by the time we're doing that show. We better win these next two games going into the podcast on September 20th. But we will be there the 20th. Check it out, the Hackensack Brewing Company, 78 Johnson Avenue in beautiful Hackensack, New Jersey. See Mike Jones, see TJ, see Andre, everybody over at the Brewing Company. You need work done on your car? Go see my son Johnny. Johnny's happy because his Saints blew out Carolina 47-10 for their opener. He's also on his way to Alaska. God bless him for that. Anyway, I think he's going to see if he can find some gold out in the Yukon or something like that. maybe he's going to run the Iditarod. But nevertheless, Johnny going to Alaska with his family this weekend, but very happy with his Saints beatdown of the crummy Panthers to start the season. But go see Johnny. Go see his great boss, Ari. I saw Ari last week, and he's a Cowboy fan. He's got to be happy how Dallas played Sunday. And he's telling me, your team looks good and this and that. Okay. And I'm going like I'm saying to you, I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I mean? I've been down this road too many times. But go see Johnny. Go see Ari. You need work done on your car. You need your car inspected, tires, whatever. They'll take care of you. Westwood Avenue, beautiful Rivervale, not Riverdale, Rivervale, New Jersey. Now, DraftKings, and you know the deal. TD, Tutty. I never saw a touchdown called a Tutty, right? Like when I think of Tutty, I don't think of touchdown. I think of something else. Taking it to the house, whatever you call a touchdown, they matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Don't bet on the Jets. Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Now, if you had Alan Lazard last night in your fantasy football, you had a big day. He dropped the pass right away, but he did catch 2 touchdown passes in the game. So, Alan Lazard had a big night if you had him. What unbelievable. I think he's got more touchdowns than he had last year. I think he only had 1. I don't know. Are you ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? I'm ready, but my football team isn't. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code OTOPAIN, and the pain continues this morning. That's code OTOPAIN for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Remember, please play responsibly. Now, I've been telling you for a while about the Manscaped. I know how I am on Manscaped. Manscaped, not only do they have the stuff to make you look good downstairs, right? To give you that nice grooming down below, where the family jewels and Scavanas and all of that. And it gives you the illusion of the extra inches and all that, which every guy wants, whether it's real or not. The illusion of it is good as well. But they got more than that, right? Now, they got underwear. I love the underwear. I always wear the underwear to play golf. It keeps my nuts right in there. They don't come out. You don't want to be swinging a club and your nuts are out. You don't want that. So, it does a great job as far as the underwear, keeping you all in and that whole deal. Now, they got something for your scalp. How about that? I mean, what's better than that? They got a scalp massager that really works, but even better than that is the Manscaped shampoo and conditioner, which I've been using, and it really makes my hair look great. See? Look how great my hair looks there. It's because I just woke up. See, I don't really care. This is what happens when you get old. But I do love the shampoo I've been using. I even use it as a body wash. So, Manscaped showing their diversification, not only to groom your nuts, right? Right? No, seriously, not only that, not only great underwear, but now you actually can, you got stuff to do your hair, to massage your scalp, but even better than that, a shampoo and conditioner. You got to love it. Take your scalp from zero to hero with the Scalp Buffer. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code OTAPAIN at manscaped.com. 20% off and free shipping with the code OTAPAIN at manscaped.com. Got to love Manscaped. Outstanding. We thank them for their support. And, of course, my good buddy Avi over at cardwinners.net. Now, if you're on the hunt for the best credit card deals, look no further than cardwinners.net. Whether you're searching for a personal credit card that suits your everyday need, a business card to help manage your company's expenses, or a card that offers fantastic perks like airline points and cash back, we got you covered. Our site also features cards with promotional 0% APR offers and outstanding sign-up bonuses to help you get the most out of your spending. Explore my top picks, and I went 2-3 with JJ this week. I bet the two New York teams. How wrong was I there? But check out my picks on cardwinners.net and find my top picks. Don't wait. Visit cardwinners.net today and discover the best credit card deals available. Cards are subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply. All right, Benigno, the Oda Payne Podcast, special edition on the Tuesday after the disgraceful Jet opener on Monday night in San Francisco. The best thing about last night was the Mets. And I got to mention the Mets. I mean, the Mets won last night against Toronto on a night when they got 3 freaking hits. How good was Tyler McGill last night? 6 innings, right? He allows no runs. He strikes out 9. He retires the last 16 Blue Jays he faces, right? I mean, what's going on with him? The Mets have really been, when you look at this streak that they're on, they've won 10 of their last 11. They're 14 games over 500. Atlanta lost last night, so the Mets jump in front by a game as far as the last wild card spot. And they're only a game and a half, 1 game in the loss column behind San Diego for the top wild card spot. A game and a game in the loss column right in front of them behind Arizona for the second wild card. So the Mets are right there, but they're doing it with pitching. The starting pitching has been phenomenal. Now, last night, the bullpen gave it up. I didn't see because I was watching the Jet game. I think it was Budo who gave it up. They hit like 3 guys in the inning or whatever. But the Mets found a way to win, and they did it. Like I said, with 3 hits. A throwing error that set up the inning, right? After a little infield hit. Throwing error that set up the inning. Then a wild pitch to tie the game, Tyrone Taylor scoring. And then a pass ball to give the Mets the lead. And then Edwin Diaz comes in, closes it out in the 9th inning. He's looked very good. And the Mets win a game that they probably have no right to win. But this is the kind of games that, championship caliber teams or winning teams find a way. And they found a way last night. So as bad as the Jet game was last night, at least if you are a Met fan, Jet Met fan like I am, and most Jet fans are Met fans, most, not everyone, but most, then you got to be, at least you got that. And right now, the Mets play again tonight. David Peterson, who's been unconscious on the mound tonight against the Blue Jays as they try to make it 2 in a row against Toronto. But, Mets finding ways to win baseball games. They're not hitting. And every game seems to be the same for the Mets, right? They start out the game for the first 5 or 6 innings. They don't get a hit, right? For like 5 innings. And then suddenly they start to hit. They find J.D. Martinez gave them the lead with an RBI single last night. The only guy to get an RBI in the game. But thank God for the Mets. I mean, there's nothing else to say because the Jets were just a disgrace last night. So we'll see. Again, I don't want to get too crazy. It's only game 1 of the season. We don't want to get too nuts. We don't want to make, they didn't lose to the Carolina Panthers last night, okay? They lost to a team that was in the Super Bowl last year and came within an overtime of winning it. So we don't want to get too crazy about that yet. But, boy, this defense, they got to get better because they looked like shit last night. No other way to say it. And, again, the one positive, if you want to take a positive out of the Jets last night, it's Aaron Rodgers. I thought he looked pretty good. I did. And even Tyrod Taylor looked good in garbage time, leading a touchdown drive at the end. But too many mistakes, drop passes, fumbles, interception, penalties, just stupid not having 2 feet in bounds like Garrett Wilson, and the absolute disgraceful performance of the defense, and it leads to a 32-19 loss for the Jets. What else can you say? All right, I'm going to cut out. I'm cutting out a couple minutes early. There's really not much more left to say. We'll see what happens. They go to Tennessee on Sunday. That's a game they have to win. I'm sorry. You got to beat the lousy Tennessee Titans in Nashville. Then you got to beat the Patriots. And I'm telling you, it looks like the Patriots are going to be better than we thought. Why would we be surprised? With Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, he wins games. You saw Brissett remember Brissett last year played for the Commanders. And with the Jets having that big lead on Christmas, I guess it was Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or whatever it was, right? Brissett led them right back in the game against that great defense. And if it wasn't for a Greg Zuerlein field goal at the buzzer from about 55 yards out, they would have blew that game too, even though they wound up winning it 30-28. So you can win games with Brissett when they play New England. And like I said, this New England defense is opportunistic. They do what the Jet defense doesn't do, and that's take the freaking football away. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Denver after that, Minnesota in London after that. This team needs to be 3-1 when they get to London to play the Minnesota Vikings. All right. I want to thank everybody. Like I said, check me out with Jake Asman later on, about 10 o'clock or so. I'm not sure when that airs. I don't know if that airs live or not. And then check me out at 4 o'clock with Evan and Tiki. I will be doing the Evan and Tiki show the day after every Jet game is, not every game is on, as we know, is on a Sunday. So the day after every Jet game, I will be doing Evan and Tiki. Of course, next week the game is Sunday at 1 o'clock. Hallelujah. And I will be on with Evan and Tiki on Monday. So everybody have a great rest of your week. Check out my podcast on Friday. We'll be doing the NFL picks for week 2 on Friday. And hang in there, Jet fans. You shouldn't be surprised. All the love. Hey, don't forget to watch the debate tonight. That's bigger than any of the stuff we're talking about here. Make sure you check it out. God bless America. All the love, everybody. We'll talk to you on Friday.